Keep going up strong. That was good. You gotta get that N1. They gonna call it. I know she can't. I got you. Yeah.
Credit to Angel Reese, who has mastered the whisper game.
She knows where the mics are at. She knows how to cover.
Angel Reese finally delivered a strong performance in the new 3-on-3 league, Unrivaled, going up against Nefa Klaya and the undefeated Lunar Owls basketball club. This time, she let her game do the talking, putting up an impressive 22 points and 21 rebounds to lead her Rose basketball club to victory. There were no distractions, just focused, solid play. For once, it felt like she was fully locked in, playing with skill and composure, proving she could back up the hype with results.
But she's had a couple of big back-to-back games. I think this is her best professional game. And I came on here getting ready to prepare for this video, getting ready to praise her for all of that. And then I got to looking at the aftermath of the game. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
But, of course, that didn't last long. This is Angel Reese we're talking about. Just when it seemed like she might take the win with grace, she flipped the switch from basketball star to full-on WWE villain. Instead of celebrating and moving on, she started taunting the opposing fans like she had a personal grudge against their entire city. And the moment they fired back, suddenly, she played the victim. It was one of the strangest nights of her career. She proved she could dominate on the court, showing she belonged in the spotlight for her skills, not just for the drama. But instead of walking away with a win and some well-earned respect, she threw it all away. Rather than enjoying the moment, she grabbed the mic and launched into yet another emotional speech, talking about how hard her life is, how much hate she gets, and how unfair everything is for her. Wait a minute, isn't this the same Angel Reese who proudly calls herself the villain? The one who says she thrives off negativity and embraces the hate? Yet here she was, acting like she was being unfairly targeted, just moments after taunting the fans herself. So which is it? Are you the fearless, unapologetic bad guy who loves the spotlight, or the misunderstood victim who just wants a little sympathy? Because you can't have it both ways.
To keep going, it's hard. Like, it is hard. To live my life isn't easy. And I don't want to get emotional, but like, that's why I put the work in every day. Cause like, there are little girls that look up to me. There are the college girls that look up to me. And just being able to be an inspiration every day. So that's why I just try to keep going through all the negativity. At 22, it's hard living this life, but I'm grateful. I'm blessed. And I'm lucky to be around this group, and being here at Rivalry has just been the best thing for me.
Then there was the post-game spectacle. Reese couldn't just take her victory lap and move on. She had to make it a whole scene. She went out of her way to taunt the opposing fans, flexing like she had just won a championship. Now, trash talk is part of the game, no one's denying that. But if you're going to dish it out, you have to be ready to take it. And that's exactly where Reese struggles. She loves to throw shots, but the moment someone claps back, it's suddenly a sob story. The world is against her, she doesn't get enough credit, and the criticism is unfair.
Just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too. And I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person. A lot of us have done so much for this game.
Let's break this down logically. If you've built your entire brand around being the tough, unshakable villain who thrives on criticism, then why are you always on the mic talking about how hard things are for you? That's like a boxer throwing the first punch, then complaining when they get hit back. If you want to be the biggest personality in the room, you have to own it, fully. You can't flip the script the moment things don't go your way.
But Angel Reese, like I said, multiple phases. We have the good phase. Played a great game. We have the bad phase. Got in her coach's face over a challenge that they eventually lost, and she looked crazy just screaming at Noah Henry, blah, 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 blah.
And I know this is her haters' biggest fear, was looking like one of the best players in the W in the world tonight.
Here's the reality, she could have taken the win and walked away with some respect. She had a great game, she was the best player on the floor, and for once, the headlines could have been about her performance. But that's not how Angel Reese operates. Winning isn't enough, she has to make everything about her. The drama, the controversy, the attention, it's all part of her brand, even when it overshadows her best moments.
The Lunar Owls win games, like when they're doing well, they just shout out hooty hoo. And Angel Reese, after beating the Lunar Owls, comes off like doing their, like, almost like celebrating, making fun of them. And look, it's on brand for Angel Reese. Like, this is, like, look, this is on brand for Angel Reese. Like, that's what she did. That is what she did. And look, I don't have an issue with it. And I actually don't. Like, I think you can celebrate and win sports in however you want. And the thing is, like, sports reward big characters. And as you can love Angel Reese or hate Angel Reese, but you have some feeling about her.
And let's be real, if another player pulled the same stunt, the backlash would be brutal. Imagine Caitlin Clark, Nafisa Collier, or Brianna Stewart giving a post-game speech about how tough their life is right after taunting the crowd. They'd be roasted for days. But Reese? She expects to play both roles, the tough-as-nails trash talker and the fragile, misunderstood hero, at the same time. Sorry, but it doesn't work like that. You can't mock the fans 1 minute and ask for sympathy the next. That's not confidence, that's hypocrisy. At some point, Reese has to decide who she really is. If she wants to be the villain, fine, embrace it. But villains don't beg for sympathy. And if she wants to be a respected leader, she needs to stop making everything about controversy and let her game speak for itself. Because right now, no matter how well she plays, she seems more focused on making headlines than winning games.
Let's just get right into it, shall we?
She's got 20 and 20 tonight. An offensive ball. And that would be her sixth. And she's trying to convince her head coach to challenge.
Yes, that's Angel Reese screaming, and that's her head coach that you can audibly hear saying, calm down. Calm down.
Angel Reese isn't criticized for being passionate or talking trash. Plenty of legends have done that and been celebrated for it. The real issue is that she doesn't keep the same energy when things don't go her way. When she's winning, she's the queen of the court, flexing, taunting, and making sure everyone knows she's that girl. But when she loses, suddenly she's the victim. The media is out to get her, the world is unfair, and the critics are too harsh. You can't have it both ways. If she really wanted to silence the doubters, she'd let her game do the talking, put up numbers, win games, and move on. Instead, every game turns into another episode of The Angel Reese Show where she's both the star and the misunderstood hero. And let's be honest, she wouldn't have it any other way.
Angel Reese, you turned this into a circus? A clown show. Like, I mean, absolutely no class at all. Zero class. Class right out the window. And then had the nerve to speak about being a role model? Nah, I don't want my daughter acting anything like you.
Reese has talent, no doubt about it. She can rebound and make an impact on the court. But she just can't seem to take a win and leave it at that. Every moment has to be bigger than basketball. That's why, no matter how well she plays, there's always something extra, another unnecessary spectacle that takes the spotlight away from her actual performance. It's the reason people don't take her seriously. She thrives on attention but then complains about it in the same breath. And that's why, every time she makes headlines, people are talking more about what she said than how she played.
So like, it's been hard for me, but adjusting and just kind of have that mindset of like just moving on has been something I try to give myself a little bit of grace.
1 minute, Reese wants to be the villain, she embraces the booze, says she feeds off negativity, and acts like she loves the hate. But the moment she doesn't get the praise she thinks she deserves, she flips the script and starts talking about how unappreciated she is. Just recently, she dropped the "I changed basketball" line. Oh really? Because last time we checked, she was the same one who said, "hating pays my bills." So which is it? Do you want to be the bad guy or the beloved icon? Right now, she looks like a WWE character with an identity crisis. 1 second, she's taunting Caitlin Clark and waving her hand in opponents' faces. The next, she's on a sympathy tour, acting like she's the most underappreciated star in women's basketball.
I don't really get to speak out on things just because I just try to ignore and I just try to stand strong. Like, I've been through so much. I've seen so much.
And let's not forget her latest contradiction, her WNBA paycheck complaint. Angel Reese went on record saying she doesn't get paid enough to afford rent. Yes, the same Angel Reese who flaunts designer outfits, luxury vacations, and endorsement deals like she's a walking Fortune 500 company now wants us to believe she's struggling financially. The same player who constantly posts about getting to the bag is suddenly broke when it's convenient. It's just another classic case of Reese trying to control the narrative, playing either the villain or the struggling underdog, depending on which version gets her more sympathy at the moment.
I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. Let me do the math real quick.
Might cover that. Yeah, it covers that. It definitely covers that.
What is I don't even know my salary.
Look, Angel Reese is good for the game in the sense that she keeps things interesting, she brings drama, sparks debates, and keeps people talking. But changing basketball? Please. If anything, she's just changed the way people argue on social media. As for the asterisk, I can't pay rent storyline, either she's trolling, or she seriously needs a financial advisor. One thing's for sure, she's going to keep talking, and the world is going to keep watching. Just don't get too comfortable, because the version of Angel Reese you see today might not be the one you get tomorrow.
No, my rent is more than that. It's $8,000. I'm living beyond my means.
Angel Reese didn't just have a great game, she dominated. She torched the Lunar Owls, dropped a double-double, and made sure everyone in the arena knew it. But, in classic Angel Reese fashion, she couldn't just celebrate the win and move on. Instead, she turned the whole thing into a spectacle. Rather than walking off the court with dignity, she went full-on mascot mode, flapping her arms and hooting like she just got drafted into the Owl Kingdom. This wasn't just trash talk, it was a full-blown performance, the kind of thing you'd expect at halftime, not from a professional basketball player. She stared down benches, flexed on defenders, and made sure every camera in the building caught her reactions. But the moment the energy shifted, she looked blindsided, like she didn't see the plot twist coming. Fans aren't just going to sit there and let her run the show without pushing back. If you're going to clown the crowd is going to clown you right back, that's just part of the game. But Angel? She wants to be the loudest voice in the room with no echo. She loves playing the role of the trash-talking queen, but she's allergic to clapbacks.
So I had to watch the Lunar Owls versus the Rose on replay because I was playing my own basketball game. And I am reminded once again that the stuff that Angel was doing tonight and the stuff that she does every night is extraordinary. I went for one loose ball and twisted my whole dog ankle. So yeah. But anyway, Angel Reese, and I know this is her haters' biggest fear, was looking like one of the best players in the W in the world tonight. 22 points, 21 rebounds, 52% from the field.
This is like roasting someone in a group chat and then getting mad when they pull up your worst takes from 5 years ago. If you start the fire, don't be shocked when the flames reach your doorstep. Angel wants all the perks of being a high-energy, trash-talking, attention-grabbing player, but none of the consequences that come with it. And that's what makes it hard to take her seriously. She can't decide if she's the tough villain or the misunderstood underdog. 1 minute, she's all confidence and attitude. The next, she's on social media talking about how hard it is to be her.
Giving the Lunar Owls fans the hootie hoo. Now I'm going to be honest right here. I'm not mad at it. If you're going 20-20 and you're beating an undefeated team, I might be feeling myself too. Especially when their call is hootie hoo, hootie hoo, hootie hoo. Would I cry if somebody on my favorite football team did that? No, not at all. So, am I going to have an issue with this? No, not really, especially when she contributed as much as when she did. Now, this isn't the same thing when she went up against Iowa in the national championship game and did this. Meanwhile, you watch the game and you realize she got carried. This isn't that same...
Angel Reese finally put up a great game, but instead of using that moment to build momentum, she turned it into a sideshow. It's like she's juggling 3 careers at once: basketball player, influencer, and controversy queen. 1 minute, she's modeling in Vogue. The next, she's on Twitter clapping back at critics who mention her footwork. If you want the cameras, the lights, and the headlines, you have to take the heat that comes with them. That's the price of being in the spotlight. Caitlin Clark is in the gym putting up 1,000 shots. Angel Reese is online making sure her latest tweet gets engagement. That's the difference. And let's be real, we all know what's coming next season. The first matchup between the Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky is going to be absolute chaos. The tension is already boiling, the trash talk is already brewing, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Caitlin Clark will come out locked in, ready to put on a show. Angel Reese? Well, she'll make sure the cameras are rolling, whether she's dominating or not. If you don't think that game is going to be full of viral moments, heated exchanges, and drama that takes over the internet, you're kidding yourself. Mark your calendars, set your reminders, and grab the popcorn. This is must-watch TV.
But her attention, her notoriety is based off Caitlin Clark. Because she wins the national title, first thing she does, she mocks Caitlin Clark. And then she doesn't even celebrate with her teammates. So she's made it personal with Caitlin Clark. Then she's played off of that.